First and foremost, it's always free ARAB on this side, free Dark Low, free all the men. I want to give a major shout out to Mona Lisa Global for this shirt right here. You guys, Mona Lisa Global does some amazing prints, and they've actually done a couple joints. I'm going to leave their info in the description, but today we're actually going to be talking about Gillie Da Kid. That's right, you guys. We're going to be talking about a major Gillie Da Kid story. This is a joint that I was actually there for in person. We got another one of those. Gillie has actually been more forthcoming about his relationship with Cash Money as the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast has gone, it's gone more up. It's first 60, 70 episodes, and then it shot up on Barstool Sports, you know what I mean? Gillie's just revealing all the truths of his, of his life story. And he's revealed some information that we're going to get into today about his relationship with Birdman Cash Money, but also I'm going to take you guys into when I was there actually at King of Diamonds when Gillie and Birdman came face to face. After a number of years, they came face to face once again at the King of Diamonds nightclub, and it's near Miami. You know what I mean? It's on the way to Miami. You'll see King of Diamonds when you're passing through on the highway all the time, but if you've been there, that's another story. It's your boy Mikey T, the movie star. I'm back with another joint. Mona Lisa Global provided me with an amazing shirt. They took Ab's likeness, they put it on this shirt, and it looks dope as hell, man. It's great to be wearing some free ARAB merch. It's Mona Lisa Global. If anybody else out there wants to send me a shirt to wear in a video, you guys can do that as well. Hit me up on Instagram, Mikey T _ the movie star. Anybody that follows me based on this video, I'm going to follow you guys back. That's right, I'm going to follow anybody who follows me based on this video back on the gram. We can keep in tune with one another, and tell a friend about the channel. Tell a friend to subscribe to Report Card Radio. We're trying to get the subscriptions up. We're at like 42,000. Let's get that joint at like 50,000 by the end of the month, y'all. I appreciate everybody tuning in, but let's get into the story of the day. Let's get into this story of the day, you guys, because this one's just been getting crazy over the years. Am I right? Over the years, we just hear, first we saw it start out. We saw it start out with Gillie and Wayne and Cash Money, and their relationship actually went back pretty far. I'm talking to Gillie actually introducing Cash Money to doing film soundtracks. Some film soundtracks Gillie actually appeared on with Cash Money. But that's really another story. That's another story that I would actually like to address with Gillie himself, speaking on, some of the early recordings with Cash Money that was featured on film soundtracks. Because it was interesting how Gillie was actually intertwining the two. His relationship with Vin Rhames in the film, and then also his music industry connections with Cash Money. Obviously, this was kind of after the major figures already had their major situation. So Gillie really has just been keeping his momentum. It's been a string of momentum, if you will, with Gillie Da Kid. In one blog, he said that he's actually been relevant for 20 years, and I co-sign that majorly. You guys. So basically, over the years, Gillie has been revealing more information about what went wrong with his situation with Lil Wayne and Cash Money. A lot of people out there I imagine a lot of people out there, a lot of people watching this, were expecting Gillie Da Kid to actually drop his solo debut album under Cash Money Records. You know what I mean? They had the Major Figures album, as I was saying, but then a lot of us were wondering where the breakout star from the group. You know what I mean? No disrespect to any of the other major figures because they're all majorly talented. You know what I mean? Spado, Dutch, Bump, you know what I mean? Ablava, all these guys are majorly talented. Definitely want to link up with Bianca in the future as well. Hopefully Bump J can make that happen for me. Bump is that dude. But everyone was waiting on Gillie's solo album. So Gillie went over to Cash Money. And we didn't really get that. We saw the relationship he started building with Wayne, but we never ultimately got the solo album. Gillie cashed out and left Cash Money. But this is the story that we're going to be talking about today, because apparently at one point, you guys, Gillie Da Kid actually got a bad check from Birdman. And this is some dirt that Gillie let out, actually. Gillie said that he had a check from Birdman, and he went to go cash it. And apparently this check wasn't a cash money check, you guys. And Gillie has said on his podcast and some interviews now, I believe he might have said it on Drink Champs, but never take a check with that man's name on it. Always take the cash money check. You got to take the company check. Because Gillie, I want to say, I hope I'm quoting this right, but I believe it was an $8,000 check that Gillie had got. An $8,000 check that Gillie had got, and he went to cash it, and the bank declined it. He called Gillie. A lot of you have probably heard this. Gillie called Birdman, excuse me. A lot of you have probably heard this story. Gillie calls Birdman, and he's like, yo, man, what's up with these people at the bank? These people at the bank are wilding out. They ain't giving me no money. They're saying your check is no good. Birdman's like, yo, man, damn, there must be no money in that account. Call whatever her name is. She's going to set it up for you right. Apparently, that situation was reconciled. Now, it had to be majorly annoying. I'm sure a lot of you can agree. You know what I mean? When you get a check from somebody, then you go back to your neighborhood or you go back to where you live and you go to cash that check and it bounces or it doesn't clear. Like, you're looking crazy. You're looking absolutely crazy out there, and you're not even able to do half the things that you've been telling people you wanted to do. Now, there was a number of years that went by after Gillie Da Kid cleared up his relationship with Cash Money. As we all know, the relationship got cleared up financially, but album never materialized from that Cash Money situation. So in the fans' eyes, it didn't really get cleared up. But in the eyes of Birdman and the eyes of Cash Money, Legal, and Gillie Da Kid, it got cleared up because dots were, they crossed their T's, they dotted their I's, they signed the contracts, and they moved on. You know what I mean? But we never got that Gillie Da Kid solo album. So a lot of people thought that there was a major beef with Birdman and Gillie Da Kid, Gillie Da Kid and Lil Wayne, because you know what I mean, Gillie just started going hard. He started going absolutely hard on the internet. You know what I mean? Like, because we seen Gillie do different stunts. You know what I mean? We seen Gillie do different stunts where he pulled up on other rappers' blocks. You know what I mean? Like, and now we see him every other day. We're seeing Wayne diss videos. Gillie comes back with a diss song after he heard Wayne's track. You know what I mean? It was just kind of fully on. But Gillie explained in my exclusive interview that this beef was never real. It wasn't a real beef. It was more artificial. And for anybody that might have missed that, I want you to all hear it now in Gillie's words, actually, about this beef.
It's the king of Philly. The king, not the pawn, not the rook, not the bishop. Goddamn well know I ain't the queen, nigga. The king. Shout out to Mikey T, the movie star. You ain't fucking with Mikey, you ain't fucking with nothing. And if you got a problem, I'll come through and get your shit mopped up.
So Gillie, we were in Miami a few months back, and this was actually your first time running into Birdman since you two flipped.
King of Diamonds.
King of Diamonds.
Yeah, you was there. You was in there with me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I want to know, what was it that when you and Birdman connected, what were you guys talking about? How did it come about?
I just seen him come in. You feel what I'm saying? And we had little differences in the past. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't see me. You know what I mean? So when I seen him walk by my table, you was there. I just walked across the table and went and hollered at him. You know what I mean? Then a few niggas that was with him, I know them niggas from being around, from being signed to Cash Money. So I went and hollered at Hot Boy Elton. You feel what I'm saying? What's up, nigga? What's up, Dad? What's up, Round? You saw the love it was. You know what I mean? Then I hollered at Stunner because we ain't see each other. So come on, let's look each other in the eyes. Let's get an understanding. Let's find out if it what it is. You know what I mean? He looked me in the eyes. He said it ain't nothing. You know what I mean? I salute what you're doing, Will. You know what I'm saying? I see you out here. You shaking and moving. You doing you. I salute you. I said, well, I salute you back. And, keep doing you. Y'all been doing y'all for years. Just keep doing you. You know what I mean? And then we chopped it up a little bit more out back. You know what I mean? By the trucks and shit. And it was all love. You know what I mean? I ain't got no issue with them niggas. You know what I mean? I never really had no issue with them niggas like that. Because You know, that shit was some rap shit. You know what I mean? Like, Wayne was like my little bro when I was on Cash Money. You feel what I'm saying? So that was never gonna turn into no real beef. I understand real beef from artificial beef. You feel what I'm saying? That's artificial. That's rap shit. That's not beef. That's rap shit. So I just wanted to, I like to get understanding though.
So all of that was actual footage taken from the night that Gillie Da Kid and Birdman ran into each other at King of Diamonds. All of it, guys. Floyd Mayweather was there that night. Young Thug was there that night. Red Cafe was there that night. It was an epic movie. To break down the situation a little bit, Gillie had his section, which was right by the main stage. So Gillie had his section over here, which is one of the dopest sections, actually. I've been at a number of different sections in KOD. I've been there multiple times. So Gillie had one of the best sections because it's literally the part of the club where you walk, where every celebrity will walk in, and you'll get an idea of who's in the club that night. So Gillie and I were all partying, and then Birdman walks in. And I remember I'm thinking, yo, this is crazy, because obviously Birdman was on the flyer that night. I knew Birdman was going to be there, but I was just running around working with Gillie where I could. So Birdman pops into the club, and yo, Gillie's here partying with all of his homies, and Birdman comes, and they just both intersect right here. They look at each other, they shake hands, and I'm like, damn, this is a Kodak moment right here. This is a crazy moment happening right here, because this is the point in time when Birdman was popping. You guys could see in the footage, Young Thug was in the club that night. You know what I mean? Birdman was running around heavy with Young Thug at this time. So the fact that he would come to Gillie Da Kid and acknowledge him that night, and the fact that, as Gillie said, that they could look each other in the eye that night, that said a lot to me. That said a lot to me. So Gillie actually went over to his section a little bit later. Like I said, it was crazy in there. Floyd Mayweather was in that night. Young Thug was in there that night. Like, it was an epic movie, you guys. It was great to be a part of that whole scene in Miami back in this is right before I left Miami in 2015, actually. I left Miami in 2015, like June of 2015. So this was one of my last experiences in Miami. But man, to see Young Thug and Birdman heating it up out there, it was just crazy. And then Gillie Da Kid came, and seeing that interaction with Gillie Da Kid and Birdman, you guys, like, just to be a part of that, like, to see that it wasn't no stress between the two of them. You know what I mean? Birdman has really shown his true colors when it comes to dealing with some of the OGs. Like, the way that Birdman showed up to the Turk video shoot and paid some respect to Turk. The way that he stopped in the club and paid respect to Gillie. Like, even though he had Thug there, you know what I mean? Even though he had his hot poppin' artist there, he showed respect to Gillie. It was just amazing to be a part of that, you guys. Just another experience in my book. But as Gillie said in the post, he said the beef with all them, it was just a hip-hop thing. It was really just a hip-hop thing, and I'm glad that they've all gotten over it. You could see at that point, 5 years ago, they were over it. Face-to-face, man-to-man, both of the guys were over it, even with everything that has been said online. So it just shows how people can grow up. I appreciate everybody tuning in and checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed that little exclusive piece that I produced a few years ago with Gillie Da Kid. You know what I mean? It just can show you all that I've been working. I've been working for a long time, producing interviews, producing exclusives, and I want y'all to tap in with this brand that I'm currently tapped in right now, because it's called Non-Stop Connections. I know there's a lot of people out there right now that are watching this video that they have a loved one locked up, or they even have a relative locked up. You know what I mean? These people that are locked up, they don't need to be alone, and Non-Stop Connections is going to be that driving factor that puts them together. I want everyone to tap in with this brand. Yeah, if you have a loved one that is serving time in federal or state prison, or even in a county jail, then you know how bad they want to hear from the ladies. You know how bad they want to have a female to correspond with and build something to look forward to upon their release, or maybe just have a female to pass time with. You need to, everyone watching this, you need to go to NonStopConnections.com and see how they are making the bid for the men across the United States a bit easier with the comfort of having contact with the ladies. So Non-Stop Connections also has an accompanying magazine called Ooey Magazine, and I think this is dope for a number of reasons, because it's also available in the jails. That's right, it's available in the jails for inmates, but it also shows them that once they get out, there's going to be a way to readjust to society. You know what I mean? Because in this magazine, OOE magazine, they actually detail a lot of the stories from recovered inmates, from inmates that have gone on to thrive in society, so they can see and they can learn and build with different tools, you know what I mean? Because that's one of the main things for inmates that are locked up. It's readjusting to society. Appreciate y'all for tapping in with me. Anybody that would like to follow me on the gram, it's Mikey T _ the movie star. Everyone out there that follows me, I'll give you the immediate follow back. If you want to do anything, like if you want to post on my channel, if you want to do a live premiere, or if you even want to do a video interview, just hit me up for that.